What happens when Netflix's biggest global phenomenon, the show that shattered records, broke boundaries, and made history, is completely ignored by the Emmys? Season 1 of Squid Game earned a jaw-dropping 14 nominations and 6 Emmy wins, becoming the first non-English series to pull that off. But now, Season 2 didn't get a single nomination. That's right, Squid Game, the show that killed in the ratings, just got killed at the Emmy ballot box. So what happened? Was Season 2 really that bad? Or is there something deeper going on? A shift in taste, fatigue with the franchise, or even Emmy politics at play? Today we are breaking down exactly how the game changed and why the Emmys said no this time. Let's rewind for a second. Season 1 of the Squid Game wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural earthquake. The series exploded onto the scene in 2021, dominating global Netflix charts, sparking Halloween customs, TikTok trends, endless think pieces, and more surprisingly, the Emmy race. With 14 Emmy nominations and 6 wins, Squid Game made history. It wasn't just the first Korean drama to be nominated. It was the first non-English language series ever to take home major Emmy gold. That included Outstanding Drama Series, Outstanding Directing, and a milestone win for Lee Jung-jae, who became the first Asian actor to win lead actor in a drama at the Emmys. This was a jaw-dropping achievement and a turning point for global television. The bar was set sky high. Critics, fans, the industry, everyone assumed Season 2 was set up for another awards sweep. But that assumption just got blown apart. Fast forward to December 26, 2024, the long-awaited Season 2 of Squid Game finally dropped on Netflix, and right out of the gate, it dominated. In just 4 days, the new season pulled in a staggering 68 million viewers, making it Netflix's most-watched new series debut ever. No surprise, the hype was off the charts and fans around the world lashed back into the game. But when the dust settled, the reviews told a different story. Critics were still largely positive. Rotten Tomatoes shows an 83% approval rating, but the honeymoon phase was clearly over. Compared to Season 1's near universal acclaim at 95%, Season 2 was seen as more uneven. The biggest critique, that lightning in a battle magic from Season 1 was hard to recapture. Many felt the squeal, while still thrilling and being worthy, lacked the novelty and emotional punch of the original. It wasn't a flop, far from it, but it was the case of high expectations meeting the brutal reality of follow-ups. At this point, the question writes itself. If Season 2 was a global smash, why did the Emmys completely shut it out? First, the quality. No, Season 2 wasn't bad. It was still intense, stylish, and packed with high-stakes drama. But many critics agree it just didn't feel as revolutionary. As Rotten Tomatoes put it, Season 2 can't help but lose the element of surprise. That is a polite way of saying the show didn't hit quite as hard the second time around. The critical reception was notably softer. And when you were up for awards, that's the difference between being talked about and being remembered by voters. Second, no, this wasn't a timing issue. The show's December 2024 release fell well within the legibility window, just like Season 1, which aired in 2021 and swept the 2022 Emmys. Season 2 had every opportunity to be seen, and make no mistake, it was on voters' ladder. It just didn't make the cut. Why? Well, competition was brutal this year. New and returning juggernauts like The Studio, Severance, The White Lotus, and The Penguin absolutely dominated the ballot. The categories were crowded with critical darlings and buzzy newcomers. Even with 6 slots per category, Squid Game had to fight for space, and this time it lost. Finally, we can't ignore voter psychology. Emmy voters have a well-known love affair with what's new. As Vanity Fair noted, just because the Emmys loved you last time doesn't mean they will even glance at you the next year. This year, they chased fresh blood and cold-shouldered returning icons. Sadly, Squid Game Season 2 fell into that second cup. The entertainment industry didn't take the snub lightly. In fact, many outlets were just as saddened as fans. Vanity Fair didn't mince words, calling Squid Game's 0 nomination outcome a huge shock, especially given the show's historic wins for Season 1. After making Emmy history, Season 2 wasn't just snubbed, it was erased from the conversation. The rap echoed the disbelief. They highlighted the irony that the show, which had once scored Netflix a major Emmy win, was now completely shut out, despite still being a mammoth hit in viewership terms. The disconnection between the audience impact and awards recognition. Then came the playlist with the most brutal summary of all. Not one nomination, not one. They reminded readers that after Squid Game ranked up to 14 nominations and 6 wins, the Television Academy had now completely turned its back on the global sensation. So, what's going on here? Industry analysts point to a cocktail of factors: intense competition, dual critical buzz, and possibly even shifts in voter behavior. Some experts also floated theories about Emmy campaign strategy, or whether Netflix simply chose to prioritize other titles. Bottom line, while Netflix enjoyed a strong overall Emmy money, this particular shutout stung, not just because of what Squid Game was, but because of what it used to be. And then there were the fans who, unsurprisingly, had plenty to say. Social media lit up as soon as the nominations dropped. Many viewers were stunned and not quietly. Some called it a disgrace that a series with that global reach and cultural cult could be completely ignored. One viral tweet simply read, "So, Squid Game got 0 norms, the Emmys must be playing their own game." Others took a more humorous approach, joking that Emmy voters must have assumed that all characters died in Season 1, or that even the front man would have had to rig the ballots to get a nod. But not everyone was upset. Some fans sided with the critics, admitting Season 2 felt like a letdown compared to the groundbreaking first season. A few even posted that it was solid but not awards worthy, while others felt the writing and pacing didn't quite hit the same highs. In the end, reactions ranged from "this is outrageous, we love Squid Game" to "awards are overrated, we know how good it really is." But if there is one thing most fans agreed on, it's that their attention is already shifting to what comes next. Because regardless of the Emmy snub, the real game continues. And for millions of fans, it's all eyes are on Season 3. Look, we can't talk about Squid Game getting snubbed without dipping into a little stir. Picture this: masked contestants backstage at the Emmys, nervously carving out dalgona cookies with outstanding drama etched in the sugar. Netflix XX trying to sweeten the odds with a round of red light, green light, except this time you stop moving, you stop the nomination, you lose the nomination. Maybe that's the real reason Season 2 missed out. It didn't play by the rules of Emmy politics, didn't campaign hard enough, didn't shock hard enough, didn't trend at exact moment ballots dropped. Pop culture commentary had a field day too, one fan joked. Maybe Netflix should invite the Emmy voters to play Squid Game next year. Another quipped, "Too many survivors in season 2. Emmy voters didn't know who to root for. Congratulations. Player 456. You have survived capitalism, trauma, and 9 episodes of black social commentary, and your prize is 0 nominations." It's all in good fun, but the stare highlights something deeper. How weirdly disconnected popularity and prestige can be. You can break global streaming records, shift the cultural landscape, and still walk away from award season empty-handed. So, what does all this mean? At the end of the day, Squid Game doesn't need Emmy Gold to prove its worth. Whether or not season 2 walks away with trophies, the series has already cemented its place in pop culture history. It's a global phenomenon, and that legacy wasn't built on words alone. Still, it raises a bigger question. Should we even care about Emmy nominations anymore? Sure, they are nice, but millions of fans turning in, theorizing, and counting the days until season 3, that's the real prize. Because, let's face it, awards are a game of their own. Sometimes you win, sometimes you get 0 noms. But Squid Game is true victory. It is the cultural grip it has on the world. And who knows, maybe this snub just made fans dig in deeper.